Yo, what's up, guys? It's Daikon Kanji. Here with a nature video. We're just gonna be going over all my basically not gear, but skill points and stuff like that. Like basically, not trinkets, but sure, why not? Artifacts, the tetrahedron, transformation card, and strategist card. The reason why I'm using the tetrahedron because it actually does better than the amulet. We got the solar amplifier as well for single target. All you need is that 160 and you're good to go. And then the amulet, I've been leveling that up. It's basically turning out nowhere near as good as the tetrahedron. It's so over the place, and you're using your and finisher move. It depends on your damage with the finisher move. Pretty much sucks. Like, so I'm keeping it anyway because they might update it or it might become good later on. But right now it's just you receive way too much damage for the might that you're getting, and it doesn't really make up. Like the numbers look big, but your parcels are really low. And sometimes they're big and sometimes they're small, and it's not consistent, so it doesn't run too well. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my skill points here and stuff like that. Like I spec for weapon. This is just for style, nothing else, you know. So 367 is my skill points. So this is what matters. You got the resistance and stuff like that. I mean, if you don't have the skill points to it to do this stuff, you don't have to grab it. It's to grab Whirling Dervish, you do, you know. So I grabbed these two and grabbed Whirling Dervish to save on skill points. Iconic power, I just grabbed this for PvP or whatever, so I just throw my PvP gear on or whatnot. Alright, so loadouts here. So to further explain what I'm doing here, this is just fast, quick damage. This is nothing for long periods of damage because the ads in between the bosses, they just die way too fast. Way too fast. So it's not like I can get in there and bust it out, you know? So that being said, you know, I do these two here and then I harvest and I just Whirling Dervish as long as I can, you know, and then tap square. Because it's very important to have the dashing combos on because it does add that extra pretty big hit, and it does increase the damage of my parcels. So I've tested 1,000 times. Same thing with Vortex, it just tap square right away. For Whirling Dervish, you want to tap square like the latest you can, you know. And if you miss it, it's not a big deal. Just move on to Whirling Dervish. Now this is interruptible. This is not. Then I just hit roar. Alright, it pretty much does like fast damage. So I'll run over here and do that, you know, so I'll show you guys. Just these two here. This is just fast damage, you know, like good damage and does really good in 10 seconds, you know. So with that being said, I have no buffs or anything like that, so I'm not going to go no longer than 10 seconds on this loadout here. Because there's no point, you know, it's just you're totally resetting yourself every time. And then the damage does increase, of course, but you want to just do fast damage, you know, like I didn't get the tap square there, but you know, this is how you do it. So, I mean, this is just quick damage real quick, you know, like it's not a big deal if you don't, you know what I'm saying, like if you hit high numbers, you're not going to be over 1 million, you know, like if I switch my armories to just my regular DPS, right, and I move on to this loadout, just the normal, everybody uses this nature loadout, you know, so I'll sit here and do this. You do this voracious plants 8 times. There's a lot of people do this, you know, so now I use harvest because it hits more targets. But see, you can see the damage. It's not that good, you know. 800. Now I hit 800. You know, it's not fast damage. So me sitting here spamming this for, you know, 8 times, you know, I eventually get to 800k, maybe a little bit more. But we'll see. This is with no tetrahedron or anything too. That's another thing. But see, it just takes this, you know, that's 30 seconds. There's no way these ads will last that long in any raid you do. Alright, unless it's elite. You know, elite, that's a little bit different. I just spam my wolf form as fast as hell, as fast as I can. Alright, so we're going to get into this loadout now. Alright, I just wanted to explain what I was doing there. So, Killer rolls is exactly the same. because I'll tell you what, guys, why I use the iGemini, and you can spam the iGemini and healer roll and do more supercharges. So longevity damage is very, very important here. For if you're gonna sit there and do this for the next 60 seconds, there is no healer that's running EOG. If you want to put out the most, not the most damage that you'll do, but the most effective damage, this is it right here. You go to healer roll. Alright, and wolf form. So, this gorilla form is set up for the amulet. So I was using that on, and the amulet is amazing. It really is. It really works well, but it doesn't do better than what I'm already using. So further to explain that, and I was supposed to change this. I was supposed to put what you call it here, Whirling Dervish and Vortex together, and just not have it where I can return back to normal, basically. So I can just use the amulet the whole time. So I'm waiting for it to get to 200 to make a big difference. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and do this. This is basically a raid thing here. So I'll show you in DPS. The numbers are pretty good. There's no buffs on me, you know, so I hate how this is. Come on, there we go. It's got a lag in between switching, but it's not a super huge deal, though. So 730, you know, right off the bat, you know, like, it's not that good of damage, like I said. Nature does slow damage. Then you got 1.5, you know, so, and that being said, we're moving on to the higher damage. So 2.4, I'm at 1.4. There's no buffs, stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and switch in and out again. So on the rotation, if you're just going to be spamming, you're right at Sonic Cry, you're going to switch in and out, back in again. So here we go. I'm going to get the next damage parcel here, 1.9, right? So it's not bad damage, you know. It's pretty quick, but that being said, it pretty much goes away. Now, if you want to be able to spam it, so say if you've just been working on this group for a while, and you want to spam it, you can. It's not going to be big numbers, you know, but it will be big numbers. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a show. So all I do is switch roll. Like I said, I already showed you how it was set up, right? So here we go, switch roll, same thing. So same way. Get in here. Damage is cut 10%, I think. So I'm gonna show you guys now. So now my supercharge is rebuilding itself. So now I can use more of it, right? So right now, I'm gonna just I'm gonna stay like this, right? All right, there we go. We'll go back in, and this is like the fastest way that I can do this. There we go. I meant to. There we go. So now 1.7, 1.6, right? So we'll see how this next one goes since I've kind of messed up the rotation, but 1.5. There we go. This will be a little bit better this time, and then rotate in, rotate out. Right. See, and you have more supercharge. So see the numbers are a lot higher. There we go. All right. So it's not as high, but it's still big numbers, and you can use more. I still have half the supercharge when I started at 3/4, 75%. So let's see here. Let's not rotate, but make this a little bigger, easier to read. I don't want to make it that crazy. Have a couple gaps. Okay, so here at 1.9, that's my damage for DPS. 1.3, 1.3, 1.3. All right, and then I switch to healer rolls. 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.5, 1.8. You get what I'm saying? You can use more of the supercharge. All right. Now I'm gonna build my supercharge back up with you guys, and then all right, guys, got my supercharge back. We're gonna sit here, and what I'm gonna do real quick is show you guys just a normal loadout of the one that I have here without war form. Alright, it doesn't do fast damage, like I said before. It doesn't do fast damage at all, but like it should be around like 600k or something, which it's not bad. I hate how these dominance of these sparring targets are. It's not bad. See, 532k. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad damage, but it's not fast damage. It's not what you want. You know, you're not gonna be able to do it as fast as you want. You just do 8 times, hit harvest, and you keep going. You know, once you have the damage up, you just keep going. So that was 950. You know, that was 95k. You know, a second, and that was 109k a second. You know what I'm saying? It does gradually get there. So it's nice of just building your supercharge or whatever, but other than that, it's not. So right now I'm going to go ahead and spam with DPS. Alright, so basically this one's going to be a DPS role, basically. No buffs or anything like that. It's not tetrahedron, it's still iGemini. I don't have a whole lot of skill points and combat rating. You know, I just got the regular gear from all the drop. I do have the elite weapon and then the elite neck. And that's it with the OP. So I do have the might buffs. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna spam it, just like I said what we're gonna do. So when we come around, hit harvest, hit your sonic cry, and then we're gonna go straight back into it. So 1.7. Let's see what we'll get this time. And we're gonna be spamming it again, you know. But this is gonna use up a whole lot of supercharge if you guys can't tell. Yes, it does a lot of damage real quick, but you're gonna use up so much supercharge. Now it's nice when you have a healer with running ERG. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it'd be nice if you can. This is no buffs either. My league barely has the league buffs and stuff like that. So this is pure, you know, artifacts, skill points, skill, and then, you know, your might, all that. So there we go. And this is the last one. So that's it. So I had like what, 5, and that was 2 mil. It's good numbers. It really is good numbers. But now I'm completely got a supercharge through the whole raid, you know, and I mean, yeah, it's good, like I said, but now you're left with no supercharge. I mean, look at this. This is nice though. The damage, all that up there was just for me doing my supercharge, building my supercharge up using just Savage Growth. No, not Savage Growth. Sacred Call and Voracious Plants is the fastest way. So right off the bat, you know, just to show you guys, you know, there you go, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, 1.79, and then you got 200,000 a second right there, dude. Like, that's really nice. But like I said, you know, that's it, man. I just used up all my supercharge. So how many times did I got, you know, say 1.7, that's one supercharge, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, so 5, yeah, 6 supercharges. That's not bad. It really isn't. And the crit percentages are coming from the wolf form. When you switch in, you get a critical attack, and then you get a critical attack from the head mod as well. So that's really nice. Well, there you guys go. You know, it's really decent damage. But I literally used up all my supercharges. I have 6 supercharges on that one. Now imagine me going to the healer roll, and I'm gonna have way more than that. So I'm gonna build my supercharge back up, and I'll be right back. Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm here going to cover over the single target for nature. So let's go in right into it. So stats, not too crazy, you know, no buffs or anything like that. But the main thing in here is what we're going to be looking at is artifacts. So I'm running the solar amplifier. 160 is fine. Alright, all my other artifacts are all 200, but this one I'll make sure that 160 is fine because you get your 5% might, and at 200 the only thing you get is the empowered channeling mod. That's nice and all, but I'd run it anyway. The reason why, because if I run Roar at any time, you gotta have this in there. You gotta have that in there because the solar amplifier is not always going to be on for me. So there you go. Okay, so let's go to the loadout. So what I'm running is the 3 poisons first, you know, with heat vision and roar. This is strictly single target. Okay, what I mean by that, so I get in here to a sparring target, right? Hits multiple targets, but it's only 1 poison. And that's multiple target hit. Once it explode, once I hit roar, that was it. And you see the damage right there. Shows you right there, only 46k. Alright, if I go to the single target, right, to this sparring target right here, wait for the next one to show up, there we go. Now you'll see it pretty much does the same damage because this is strictly single target until I use gorilla form. Okay, there we go, I'll just do that, back out. Oh, that was horrible damage. Okay, let's try that again. I don't know why that was 25k. Oh, because I usually go through a couple rotations. So go in here and just keep going until it pops. I don't have the tetrahedron on or anything like that, so it's not like a multiplying light or anything like that. So 32,000 a second, which is not super high. I think it'd be a lot higher than that, but anyway, we'll just keep going. So that's 39,000 a second. That's not too bad. You want 40 and higher, you know, that's what you really want. So that was 53. So it depends on the rotation, but you want to average around 40 to 45k. 50s is super nice, you know. I only got 31 there. $40 there. I think it's when the strategist card's in and when the strategist card's out, you know. 42,000 right there. That's pretty bad right there. 28,000. So it kind of varies. It goes all over the place, like I said. Yeah, you probably could do better with a different loadout, but this just is supercharged super fast when you rotate it back and forth. So anyway, that being said, we're going to go into my loadout for the gorilla form. I used to use wolf form, alright, so you can see it's the same. So when I use wolf form, Impaling Thorns only hits 1 target. When you use gorilla form, it hits multiple targets. Now say if you're fighting Oracle Bot, right? Oracle Bot is a single target. It'd be better to use wolf form at that point. The reason why that is because you can spam going in and out of the wolf form. So rotating your rotation here, going back into the harvest and Impaling Thorns, and then yeah, you could probably hit. Yeah, you can go ahead and hit heat vision, let it go off, switch back into wolf form, and just go start from left right again. So I'll show you guys doing that. Single target would probably be better. But with multiple targets, and you know there's going to be multiple targets, this is going to be the best build. So you just automatically start off with your rotation. So there we go, finally got it. See, now Impaling Thorns hits everything. If you guys didn't know that. I use Freezing Breath because it has a long range. 1 Voracious Plants. Impaling Thorns. That's 1.5 there. Almost 1.6. It's really nice. Almost 1.4, 1.39. Well, pretty much a 1.2. I didn't get the total Voracious Plants there because it was taking too long. 1.25. Go. Look at that. Voracious Plants hits everything. 1.2. It's pretty decent damage for especially a multiple target. Okay. Sometimes if you can get 1.4, there you go. Sometimes you get good crits out of the freezing breath. Man, this is just incredible damage, like, for 8-man targets, and it's just burning them down. And you're still focusing your damage, a lot of your damage on the single target that you're focusing. Just everything gets burned in the mean hand, you know, so. Like this, it just hits everything. The numbers are just insane to see that. Now, there's a bunch of little numbers there, but it all adds up, you know, so. I mean, it's really good numbers. I mean, you just see it there. So, building that on supercharge, I've almost got it again, but let's just say for a sparring target for this, still in combat? It's weird. Anyway, for this sparring target here, I'll go here and we'll see our numbers here. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're not going to do anything different, just gorilla form. That's 40,000 off the bat. So we get my next rotation, 66,000. So this is with the gorilla form buff. I mean, this is just really good single target, 55. So that being said, we're just gonna keep rotating this and see how low we can get it to go. 43k second, pretty low. So the buffs are pretty much out right now. So there's no buffs that I have on. Might's not that crazy. 42,000. $48,000. Look at that, that's not bad. Went up a little bit. But, you know, like I said, you want 50, so. $49,000. Not too bad, guys. Now, so this is what I have to work with, you know, when it's on a single target, so like fighting Oracle or whatever. So we'll go on and go into wolf form and change that out. So showing you guys that I can spam it a little bit more. We'll get right back into it. Wait for it. Here we go. This is strictly single target because, you know, you got your voracious plants. I mean, not your voracious plants, but your impaling thorns only hits one target for sure. 56k off the first bat. Usually I don't go this long. Usually I just go ahead and switch back into wolf form, switch out of wolf form into wolf. So you see it's 37, 39 right off the bat. We'll see what this does, and then 42. So if I spam it, alright, so I'll spam it on the next one as well. So 51, it's not bad. $53. $55. I mean, these crits and numbers are awesome. It's, you know, nature is not OP like everybody thinks it is. Oh, that was 75k. That was decent right there, you know, but, you know, the next one's not going to be that high, guys. You know, so which I know a guy in the league right now, he's Celestial, does better damage than I'm doing on single target. But, you know, that being said, there you go, guys. That, you know, there goes your single targets, there goes your rotations, there goes everything is pretty much covered. You see that Gorilla Form's better with multiple target, and then use this like an Oracle for actual single target. But if you can melee, so basically be up in the face, just do that. It's better damage anyway. Trust me. I'll even show you real quick. I'm gonna build my supercharge, and that'll take but a second. Almost there. And there. So, what I'll do, let that damage calm down expiring target. Go here. Do a 1, 2, 3. Now Wolf Wall. There we go. 61k. $58k. $53,000. This is what I do as much as I can. $44k. $46k, almost 49, 7. Yeah. Might as well just do this the whole time. You know, that's what I do on a single target. $62,000. You see, so you guys pretty much get the gist, you know. That's pretty much what happens, you know. I didn't go ham and use a bunch of trinkets and stuff like that. I just wanted to show you guys like raw damage, you know. If I pop trinkets and stuff like that, I can easily hit, you know, on 8-man target with this loadout right here. Anywhere from 250k a second to 300k a second.